Hello again, and welcome back to another illegally cited Twitch stream. This is Jesse here, picking up right where we left off. Took a few minute break. Not sure what was going on with the stream. I hope people didn't miss out on some stuff or get booted or the stream froze on them. I was able to see it on my computer, but not on my phone. And then when I stopped the stream to take a break, it came back. So things do seem to be working again. I put another message out on Twitter saying that, hey, sorry if there's any screw-ups, but we are back and we are going to continue some more Stanley Parable. So, let's launch this sucker, and we're going to get back into the many branching storylines of Sir Stanley. And I don't know why, but my computer loves to start things and not focus on them. Oh, right. It's always asking me for the time. 8:14 p.m. You'd think it would just be able to check my damn clock. Okay. Okay, yeah, I saw this earlier. It's kind of... it's even joking with me about the clock. It's like, oh yeah, next time, just go ahead and set it to whatever time you want, or your favorite time. Most people just click, yeah, whatever, who cares? Keep it on 12 a.m. The 12 o'clock flashers, as they were. And they're like, oh, you clearly care about the experience. So yeah, like I said, I played this a little bit the other day, or yesterday, and to start the stream fresh, I reset all the data so everything would be fresh. But let's play the game. Let's become Stanley once again, and while it's loading, I'm going to have a couple of peanut butter M&Ms.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employed.
Can I skip? Yes, I can. Okay. God, these are good. Peanut butter M&Ms rule. Now that we've done... I know we haven't done all of them, but we've done the major endings I really liked from the first game.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
We are gonna go into the new content room right in this hallway here.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
So down more kind of unfinished hallways. And an elevator. A little baskety elevator to a new loading zone.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
More.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley
It's almost like a little, one of those little haunted house rides at the fair that
this sounds delightful. I'm very
have little
excited
pop-out
to see the
things.
thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Okay. Now that I'm in control, I can stop eating these delicious peanut butter M&Ms.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
What?
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere? Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
Yes, let's be totally self-aware. Some more.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if the... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley. All right.
Big room.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
And there's a sign, 36. Okay. Now I have 35.
Don't run off 01. Oh, we're getting the content.
Okay, hey, thanks for stopping in. I just restarted the stream because I wasn't sure if there was some issues with it going on before. Glad you're here. So I'm gonna not jump all the time. Maybe we'll need them for later.
Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Another elevator.
Goodness, another elevator. Stanley,
Yeah.
I have to say, initial impressions
Don't
of
run
this
off
game are
01.
not positive.
This game
It's
is
just
great.
elevators and jump.
Oh, I love it. I played
Is
the
that what
original.
passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you.
I was
the
streaming much of the
dictionary.
older
That's 20 hours
content,
of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30
until this
trillion.
part.
You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content, and every. Oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes, I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
And for those who don't know, I am a legally blind gamer, and I am kind of just streaming it. And usually my audience is a lot legally blind or blind players, so just enjoying this game. I love this game. Okay, what do
Don't
we got
run
here?
off 01.
Oh,
I
you've
think
got
they
to be
forgot
kidding
and
me. You
Knuckles,
see, Stanley?
featuring Dante
This is
from
what
the Devil May
happens
Cry
when
series
greedy
HD
video game
remix.
developers with no respect for
Thank
their fan
you
base rush a
for
cheap expansion to
enjoying
market for
the
no
new
reason
content.
other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter.
Have you
and
played
hold them
through all of the new
personally
content
accountable.
already?
It's my fault, Stanley.
Don't run
I
off
built up too
01.
much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No
Don't run off
frills,
01.
No gimmicks.
No, I'm totally
Just
blind.
you and
Oh,
me
okay.
Having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Don't run off 01.
Restarting, all right.
IVA listened to some of it though.
Yep, gotcha. Well, like I said, I started streaming this a couple hours ago, and then I noticed, like, on my phone, I was just going to check the chat, and it wasn't, the phone I wasn't responding, but when I loaded on the PC, it did. So just in case, I did up and stretch and use the facilities anyway,
Don't run
so
off
hey.
01. But apparently the PlayStation version says test trophy. Please ignore.
Yep. All right, so now we're in a totally new area outside of the office. This is totally different from... We're not in the office complex anymore, apparently, or God knows where we are now.
Stanley, come over here. In the vent.
Okay.
I want to show you something.
So...
Don't run off 01. We're not in Kansas.
Yeah. Now, I played a little bit of this last night, so I have seen a little bit of this new content. And I did go through the vent, and I'm presuming we'll be able to do that eventually again. I want to disobey him and see what happens.
Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine.
Oh.
You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
Oh, so now we're back in the original area. Okay. Let's see, is there anything new about it?
Don't run off 01. Did you go up and down the elevator in the mind control room?
I I did the both endings. I did the, you know, the turning it off and turning it back on. Oh, so
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
Don't run off
he
0,
entered the
1.
door on his
No.
left.
Don't run off 0, 1. There's a new ending there.
oh really? I missed that.
Don't run off 0, 1. It's funny.
Okay. So we'll do that because
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I just love this gag.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed
And I love how
room.
they'd have so many written
Stanley
lines each
simply
time you
stood
go through here.
drinking it all in.
So you don't have
But
to do
eager to
the,
get
you
back
go
to
to that
business,
big
Stanley
circular
took the
room, or?
first open door on
Don't
his
run
left.
off 0, 1. Go to the mind control room, and then leave.
Okay, I didn't know you could.
Don't run off 0, 1. And then it'll make sense.
Okay.
And so he detoured through the maintenance
Thanks
section,
for the tip.
walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Oh,
Stanley decided to
the
go
broom
up to
closet.
his boss's office,
I love that.
hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, back in the fancy hall. And I swear to there's a way to make this room different, and I don't remember what it is. The room with the elevator in it.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Let's see,
Shocked, unraveled,
2845.
Stanley wondered in disbelief.
Don't run
who
off 0,
orchestrated
1.
this.
Did
What
you get
dark
the broom
secret was
closet
being
ending?
held
Oh
from
yeah.
him?
The broom
What he could
closet
not have
ending's my
known
favorite.
was that the
It's
keypad
pretty
behind
great.
the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
There's a really great gag that they changed in the
Don't run
Feeling
off 0,
soothed
1.
and
Ha ha
rejuvenated,
ha ha.
Stanley calmly walked forward. Into
when
the
you jump
open
off and
passageway.
you wreck the story. And in the old version, he'd bring you into Minecraft eventually, but there's some new surprises in there too now. That was pretty good. All right, so I can go down.
Don't run off 0, 1. Oh, seriously.
Yep, that's in the earlier stream that I did
Descending
right before
deeper
this.
into the building, Stanley realized he
Yep,
felt a
there's
bit
new
peculiar.
games in there
It
now
was a stirring
to
of emotion in
reflect
his
the
chest,
times.
as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to
Don't
him?
run off 0,
This
1.
question would
Oh,
not
cool.
go unanswered
Yep.
for long.
Okay, so go back up this elevator. Just go back up again.
Don't run off 0, 1. So you can backtrack now.
Right, okay. Let's go back up.
Don't
Whoops.
run off
Nope.
0, 1.
Never
Yes.
mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up.
Yeah, I don't believe you could go back up
Why
in the
did
original.
Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Oh, what fresh hell awaits us now? Okay. Heading back.
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again.
Can't leave.
This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated.
Let's see if our
It's
keypad...
that keen eye for storytelling that you have. An incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other.
Don't run off
weaving
zero
a
one.
rich tapestry
The narrator
of
is great.
compromising narrative. Wow. I'm bolted
Oh, I
to
love the
edge of my
narrator.
seat.
That's what makes this game so good. And yes, I got the 8 achievement. That's a reference to the old demo. So now I go back down again.
Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
Don't run off 01. Yep.
And then I'll go back up again.
Surely this time
Whoa.
Stanley will walk forward into the spooky corridor, won't he?
Nope.
Don't run
Did
off
you
01.
think we were going to go
I think
forward
you
down the
understand what you
spooky
have to do
corridor?
now.
No. It's time once again to go back up in the
Don't
elevator.
run off 01.
I can't even
Yep.
begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
Yeah, I guess I seen that there was an up arrow, but I just never thought too much about it. I'm just so used to the way the old game was. Okay.
Oh my god. It's the boss's office.
Don't run
This
off
absolutely
01.
changes everything
I
for
think
me.
it's the
Give
office's
me a
bosses.
time out here for a minute while I process this.
Please hold. Okay, I'll have a couple more M&Ms then.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm prepared to embrace this stunning revelation and to move forward with... No, wait.
Don't run off
No.
01.
I need
This
more
song is
time
great.
to process.
The line song is my favorite so far. That's a classic. I did that right before the break, too. Da, 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 da. Wow, that's out of tune.
All right. I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master Stanley.
Let's try the keypad again, just because. What if I put in the code again? Let's see. Let's try. He didn't have some smart remark. It's already open, moron.
Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean,
Well,
sure,
gee, there's
now
nothing
it's
else I
obvious,
can
but you
do.
have
The
to
door is
understand that
locked.
30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been
Don't run off
attempted before.
01.
I had no
This is
frame
point
of
and
reference
click,
to even
right?
anticipate it. That's just how revelatory.
Yeah, you can
Stanley's
use E
decision-making
or you can
is.
use the
A
click.
breath of
Doesn't
fresh
matter. It's
air
first
in a
person.
landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Don't run off 01. Okay.
No new smart remark.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow?
Don't run
There
off
we go.
01.
Isn't
I
this
unfortunately
so
have
much
to
more
leave right now,
exciting? You know,
but I
Stanley,
hope you
it
have
seems
some
like
more fun.
nowadays the only thing that
Oh yeah,
audiences
well definitely
want
thanks
is to be
for
shocked
stopping
as
in.
loudly and frequently
I will
as
probably be
possible.
here for a
They
little
want
while yet,
big,
so if you want to come back or
explosive
whatever,
moments
you can.
flung
That's
right in their
cool.
faces from the very
But
moment that things get
yeah,
started.
thanks for stopping in and thanks for the
Where's
tip.
the tension? Where's the
'Cause I
trust
just
in
totally
the
spaced this one
audience
out.
to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises, to have to think and to anticipate, and then to marvel at the eventual reveal? This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting
so
narrative
slow.
to be developed in years. And it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley, because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why, though I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you, so that you can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you
Oh yeah, butter me up
realize
some more,
the impact
buddy.
you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh good, we're here.
Oh. Okay, this is different. Sorry, I had to get a drink of water while I was listening to our narrator. Okay, and those are dimmed out now. Oh yeah, so we got a fancy place now. We got some nice red carpeting.
Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
Live on stage. Okay. Ooh, the spiral staircase with the red carpet. They're trying to make us all feel important.
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
All right, not allowed to go on that side. Yeah, I love how it goes all nice, and then it's like, okay,
Right.
nope, now
Are you
we're all
ready?
dingy.
I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling, and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley.
427.
Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get 'em.
Got a bunch of sticky notes on the mirror. Okay, so we're backstage. All right, and let's double check over here real quick and see, so we can go up there. Wait, is this where I came from? Yeah, okay. All right, guess we're going on stage. Yeah, this is totally new. I have not seen this before. Yay! All blurry and tons of lights. Spotlights and... Okay, we got a runway. Boom, the podium. And fade to white. And cut to black. And now we're resetting. Okay. Ah, okay, we're back here again. So now...
Psst, Stanley.
Okay, so now we can go through the door, or the
vent.
vent
I want to
again.
show you something.
Alright, so here we go. I did a little bit of this last night, so I've seen some of this new content, but I didn't get too far. So now we're getting into more uncharted territory, stuff that I haven't seen. Like I said, I've probably seen the next several minutes, but once things start to branch out
how
again.
cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be. Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Yes, down the ventilation shaft in one hell of a drop. Okay, there we go. Going through our, video games, we always gotta have our ventilation system crawl through air ducts. I mean, even back in like the Duke Nukem 3D days, man, you could go through them. That's probably one of the first games I remember, first person, that had air ducts and things, that ventilation that you could go through. You get your glowy door, and now we are outside.
I call it the memory zone.
In like a
It's where I've been
castle-looking
storing
place.
all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
So this is pretty good. It's kind of a little history of the original version, and they're kind of gonna make some self-aware meta-commentary. As one should, as one would do in a game like this, with lots of philosophizing.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the memory zone remind you of how
2013.
wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was solid with a
The
cheap
Stanley
re-release?
Parable.
Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then,
It's a good
video
one.
games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the
Little
waste.
wooden house thingy here that we're in. Kind of a cool memorial, just a bunch of neat little things. Got some 2013, all these like little license plate or little postcard thingies. Got some pictures on the wall. That's what took me so long last night. I didn't get too far because I was just kind of reading a lot of these posters and signs and stuff like that. Just kind of looking at what was in here. So now we're in different hallways, and we're in this, like I said, whole old school wooden style place. Got some articles from the New York. Let's see. Yep, the New York Times. Oh, I really hate that font. I really look at the Y and that old English. That shit is so hard to read. I don't like artsy fartsy fonts. I mean, yeah, they might look cool to people, but that's why I hate cursive, because it's not clear to read. Now, I know when I go in this door, the music will stop. I wonder if I get an achievement for listening to the whole thing. I have no idea what song this is. Let's just enjoy the nature scenery. Definitely French. Yeah, watch, this will get copyrighted now because of, I don't even know what this song is, but wait, now we got Buongiorno?
Ici, dans la mémorie zone, se rassemblent les deux fantômes de Stanley Parable.
I understood like a couple words of that.
Nous sommes dans la mémorie zone, mais voilà pris le coup.
I want to say this is just starting to repeat now. Yeah, it doesn't really seem to be like, you know, verse, chorus, and then like an ending. Again, you never know. You know, they're trying to trick you into staying to listen to something. Yeah, let's move on.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form
Yeah,
of
he's a
art,
character,
Stanley
Jim
Parable
Sterling.
strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game
I watched
ever
some
created.
of
That's how
those
grand and
videos,
all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim, it was Persona 3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Okay, the door opens up. Another new hallway. Some more photos. Couple steps up. We can go downstairs. Let's see what's up here. First, we got another room. And we got a little rug in the corner. We've got...
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Thus, the meta-commentary continues. Alright, so our nice little room over here. And, can we... Okay, that room is blocked off with boxes. Can't open that room.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again.
So now we go down the stairs into the basement, and the symbolism is just thick in the air right now.
Hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
This is pretty good. I've seen this part.
Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's being collected.
Got a bunch of
down here.
storage containers,
Surely
like
these
railroad
reviews would
containers.
close well, won't they?
They say Steam on them. Got a little shabby hut down here on the left, and a Steam review with a big old thumbs down.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Okay, so the review fell over, opening up another door. And we can go left or we can go right. Let's go to the right. So that's all blocked off. Got a big old truck over there. Got some forklifts. Yeah, just a big old construction zone over here. Nothing else. I just want to see if there's any other excuse me, thing that I missed, because this is mostly new to me. I've seen little bits and pieces here and there, but I haven't explored it much. So you never know what kind of weird gag they're going to hide somewhere. Yep, just a bunch of construction. Getting our stormy sky. Ooh, we get another Steam review.
Okay,
Here we
let's
go.
see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Oh, I don't know. I loved it. All right, back outside again. Some nice linear pathing here. Just kind of run down. Pretty run down over here. Guess we can go through this broken area. Plop down over here.
What's this one got to
Another
say?
review.
You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto.
Okay, rising from the depths.
Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Alright, we'll walk the plank into a room with a skip
And
button.
here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story and the choices, or what
You just
have
gotta
you,
get a little
and therefore,
pretentious
by
voice.
becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, until the end of time, at which time everything all at once. So, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet. No, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before lunch.
And this is the other reason I didn't get very far last night, is because
how many billions
he
left
will
until
go
so much
on
more than
and
forever
on, and this
ago,
gag
which
goes
is
on
why
for
I say,
quite a
the
while.
story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore...
Alright, so now he's going to repeat. I'll click the button.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it
We've
was
just got a
perhaps
little
one
wall
of my
there, we've got
more
a
profound
clock.
such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description
And the skip
of it,
button on a
but if I
pedestal
had to
thing.
describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring
Random
that choice into
philosophy
being,
babble.
then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your Greek gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the
what?
choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once.
So
That you
in
are
the
both
interest
making
of
choices
not
and
sitting here
not making
forever,
choices,
let's skip
and that they are
forward.
both affecting you and not affecting you at the same
Oh,
time.
I can't.
By
What?
virtue of the fact...
There we go.
Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review, merely because of this very situation. Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review, so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. Something along the lines of, this game is the best game. Let me start over. How about this? From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality. How else to describe the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe? Such a revolutionary step forward in the lineage of one of the most beloved video game properties of all time. The additions and changes made to this expansion will surely resonate in the annals of the history of all media ever made. It is perhaps true to say that no mistakes are forever etched in stone, for the stone into which the Stanley Parable was carved has itself been transmuted, offering a message of hope to those who have never erred in their judgment. You are not beyond redemption. You may change, and you may become more, so much more than you were before. If there is any message to be taken from the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, it is this. What a fortune, a privilege, a joy it is to have had such an experience. It leaves me hopeful that as a community, as a world, there is time for us to become our greatest selves, as great as we ever.
Someone's not full of themselves, are they?
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room?
The door's gone.
I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole?
You can check behind the wall.
Sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please
got a little
step
ladder.
away from the skip button to go anywhere other
Some
than
plywood.
the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there?
Got a chair in the
Swear
corner,
there
office
was.
chair.
Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall? Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body
Got a
into
big
the
old
wall
fan
until
up
enough
there in the
damage is
corner.
done for you to be able to leave?
But, no, we're
Please,
kinda
I'll
trapped.
take any option at all. I'm asking you to work with me here. We need a door. We need a door of some kind. I can work
We'll do
with
the
any
skip
kind of
door.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long
Yes,
I'll be
because
made
you
to
make
sit
fun of the...
here.
You gotta
And
be
more than
the...
anything
If you
else,
see a
I don't
button
know how
and
to stop
told
you
not to
from
push
pressing
it,
the button again.
you must
I can't
press
control
that button.
anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it, and I have to believe I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking and thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh, my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix the problem? Why did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much?
And now
to me?
they have
I've
to
never
tie
even
in
met
the
Cookie Nine. I have no idea
meta
who
of the
they
old
are.
game and the
What would it
reviews and the
ever
way
really
video
matter?
games are
But
made
here
and
I am. I'm fixating on every tiny negative thing
Covered.
that anyone ever says about me. The merest mention of one of my imperfections, and I become as impetulant as a child, wild and impulsive. I can't help myself. I can't stop myself from lashing out with a vengeful fury to alter and to change and to break anything unbroken, if only it pleases this one person who made a single negative comment. What does such an impulse serve? For whose benefit is this? And here I am now, stuck in a room, waiting for you to press this button, and to become frozen in time, knowing that you're going to do it, and that I'm going to be stuck all alone, and that I had the power to prevent it all from happening, if only I'd held my tongue.
if you insist.
Oh, Stanley, you're back.
Now it's dark.
You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks.
Oh,
I've been sitting here all that time.
no, it's not just
sitting
dark.
here,
It's
not a single person
been
to speak
days.
with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking?
There's
It
one
isn't, Stanley. It isn't the
one
same
little
at all.
light in the corner
It isn't
that's
even
still
close,
working.
because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley, not the outcomes, not the story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley,
What?
maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe I'm not just a fiction. Was I scared of that all along? Perhaps, yes. Perhaps I've been scared this whole time, that if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by it. I can't...
Moving on.
Oh, hello. It's
All right,
you.
it's
You're here
black.
again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've
Okay,
been
the skip
through.
button
I've
does
had
still work.
So much time. I stopped keeping track after a year.
They go a
Never sat down in
long,
one place and not moved for one
long way
entire
for this
year.
joke.
Let me describe
There's
it
a
for
long.
you.
I mean, I
To
think
begin
honestly,
with, there
almost
is
too
only
long.
regret. There is
for
only
the skip
eternal
joke.
weep
I
of
mean,
missed
I
opportunities.
get it.
I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All
Moving on. Okay, he's gone. I don't know how much time has passed now, but I guess we'll move again. Okay, a smoke detector on the ceiling is going off. That's not obnoxious at all. Moving
But
on.
they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough.
He's
They had
back.
to leave a pathetic little thumbs down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability, it's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley Parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said...
Somebody's getting a little angry.
Now, it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no reason other than to do so? Yes! Yes! It seems that this is now the world we live in. It seems that we are a people living in such bleakness and discomfort with ourselves that our entertainment is now our lives. It has come to represent us. It absolutely must speak to who we are as people, because otherwise, without our entertainment, we have nothing. Without entertainment, we would have to face inward toward the cruel bleakness inside ourselves. We would turn to look at our deeper nature and find a resounding emptiness gazing back with unyielding aggression. And so because of this, we require that our amusements
beats
and
the
our
real
playthings
world.
and
It's
our flights of
kind of a
fancy
hellscape
be
out
so
there these
impossibly
days.
captivating that they consume all of our attention, turn our heads completely away from the bleakness. In effect, we have demanded that our entertainment be the collapse of ourselves. What a pitiful reflection of humanity these entertainments are. What a shameful mirror to the human spirit they project. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about any of this. I'm at peace with it. I am the calm center of gravity around
you
which
just keep
these
telling yourself that there,
perversions
buddy.
hurl themselves. I am a waypoint for reasonable and collected discourse. They're the ones who are mad. They're the ones who couldn't stand the idea of me using my game to try to say something. Maybe they were just jealous of me. Yes. Yes, of course. They've been jealous of me this whole time. They are mired in fear and insecurity and cannot help but attempt to tear
Yeah, a little
me
self-aware
down.
commentary,
Sad
kind of
state
hitting a
of
little
affairs.
close to
When
home
you read
there.
these reviews now, you can see it. You can taste the bitter resentment. And my, how good does it feel now to speak
Yada,
truth?
yada, yada. Okay, we're alone again. The door is still gone.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is
Oh,
never
yeah.
the end, is never
And this
the
just
end,
repeats.
Is never the end, is never the end, is never
It's like a
the
broken
end, is never
record.
the end,
You can even
is
hear
never
it
the
skip.
end, is never the 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 end, is never.
Yeah. More time. No door. Come on, button. Okay, the wall is broken. We got some fierce wind. It sounds a little chilly somewhere. So clearly the place is falling apart. God only knows. It's probably been years now. Or we'll wake up to another ice age or something. Okay, there's a hole in the roof. Now, there's some light streaming in at the very least. Seems a little calmer, but our guy is not here with us. Hey, it's spring! And now there's all kinds of plant growth in the corner. And not just plant growth, but the plants are pretty high. So in order for plants to grow that high, yeah, we've... You know, what I want to know is, okay, we're in this room for however long. Where is all the food coming from, and how is he eating and drinking and going to the bathroom? Like, how is he surviving? He would have starved to death long ago before the point we're at, presumably the way it's trying to tell us. And we're dark again. Got some eerie effects. And I'm ready for the end of civilization as we know it. Okay, I was going to say dead quiet. No, it gets even more creepy. Still dark. Still no door. Okay, well, at least we're light again. Oh. Okay, we're light again. The sign of the fast forward plinth is tipped over, and now we have a ramp going to the outside again. But now it is not green. It is this. Our little building is this shambles, and we got this wasteland of nothing. Sand and rocks and big old sun up there to the right. I don't know, I'm just walking away. We're gonna walk away and probably topple over. Still, there's nothing even in the distance really to go toward. Oh, I was just gonna turn around and look again. Now we're loading. Okay, now we are back in the office. And
all of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Office still seems pretty much the same so far. Oh, neon sign. New content. New content. Okay, well, let's go there
good.
again.
You notice my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Okay, we got our elevator again. And new loading zone. Now where the heck are we going? No, I've played a little bit more of this, so we're almost at the point where I stopped. Another elevator. Elevator to another elevator.
Stanley,
Yippee.
I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this Ultra Deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this Ultra Deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Yes, the red number 2.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground
Got
up.
a nice
Why,
carpeted
there are so many
hallway. Reminds me of like a
possibilities.
hotel.
It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Got some paintings on the wall. We're just kind of going through some roped
Calling it the
off
Stanley
areas.
Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think? Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the
Fair
Stanley
point.
Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
2 doors. Just looking at the little... They're back. 2 doors. Yep. Okay, so there's just like, there's all kinds of like whiteboards and scribbles. Like they're kind of planning how to make the sequel. Kind of a little bit of design doc thing. Okay, we got a little brain poster on the wall there. Some picture. Oh, the ferns. Yep. Okay. That's from before. All right.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Okay, blocked off area over here. But now we have the way to the show floor on our shiny red carpet again. Okay, we got a little theater here. We can't go up there because it's all roped off. Fair enough. So, new features. Wind our way through these ropes, up some stairs. Ooh. And now we got a ginormous lobby. Very, very tall. The Stanley Parable 2. Giant sign up there. Alright, so yeah, almost reminds me of like a giant hotel lobby. We got a bunch of planters here. This would be our reception desk area kind of a deal. To me, that's like where it would be. Got some signages of where we can go. We have we got our merch booth here. We've got some bunch of t-shirts and such. Little table there, that's cool. And now they've locked us into this area. We can't go back down. Okay, we got our elevators on either side. And there's no buttons, so apparently we're definitely not supposed to go through them. Well, let's go up into the right here. Oh, what is this? Oh, yeah, no screenshots, yeah. I did that earlier. I hit a screenshot button. Let's go up here and see what this is.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the
bucket.
Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms.
So I have not gone into this room before.
It's a
This is
much more
new.
convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try. Can you feel it? The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the
Crushing
bucket
despair.
lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Can't seem to put it down.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Okay. So we've got some couches over here. Okay. Hear your name in the game. Oh yeah, okay.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Okay, we got a road to the perfect button. And we got 3 different sizes there. Now you can hear the little bucket making the clinking noises.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Alrighty, we are now Jim.
Yes, you see? What a thrill, what a rush. That was you. The button described you. Do it again, do it again.
Jim.
Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the Jim button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Nah.
Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
Okay, so we got to see that new feature. We're going to be acknowledged in the game. Well, you know, to be fair, like the Forza games have done that for a while. There's been a few titles that have done something like that. Now, granted, it's not going to have everyone's name in there, but I was surprised at how many names were in the last, I think, 2 or 3 Forza games. They do something like that. And it to me, it's weird. It's weird hearing your name. Like, oh, hey, Jesse, what's going on? It's kind of weird. All right, now we're back in the hotel lobby.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Okay, we got a little door up here. Gonna walk up on a...
Epilogue would be fun,
epilogue,
wouldn't it,
okay.
Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Okay, now we're on a catwalk above the lobby. I call it the lobby because it's just what it reminds me of. So if we head across, doesn't seem to be much here. Okay, we can go... Guess we can go up. Okay. Settings World Champion. Okay. Settings World Champion. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. Can't go in that door anyway. So I guess we go back down. Okay, that was interesting.
You know what, Stanley? I actually think the jump circle was a pretty good idea. I'd like to hang on to that for the sequel.
Okay, we're down to 34 out of 36. Yep, the jump circle. Let's use them. See what he says. Okay, we're down to 24. He's got to say something. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No! I can't jump anymore. Okay, we wasted all that. Moving along. Got some big chairs.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Let's get well. Everybody's sick these days.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
So I did do this one last night, and I picked the other choice. So, yep, it is slightly different, but it amounts to the same thing. He'll always choose the opposite. So we now know that.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Oh, that's the bucket again. Okay, so there's our merch. I know there's more. Let's poke around just a wee bit more here. Can't go in there. The jumping, yep, okay. What do we got down this way? I know there's one... I feel like I don't want to go this way yet. I know there's one more that I did look at last night, and I'll see if I can find it. That almost seems like somewhere that we would go next, like, because it's all just all dark and grungy, and seems like something like, oh, that's not really a new feature area. This is something totally weird. So what do we get over here? Ah, the free achievement, yes.
Now here's
That's
something
funny.
special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it,
Okay, we
the
get a big old
achievement will
thing
be given to
here.
you. It's as simple
Test
as that.
achievement unachieved.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist.
A giant
Right now,
machine.
The achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
You can see it almost, you can see it try to achieved. No, it just won't work. It won't go all the way down. So I don't know if like you have to hit it an obscene amount of times for it to work, or if it's just there, but we're not going to hit it like 100 times or whatever, unless I go back and find out online that you have to do that. But for the sake of seeing more stuff, we are going to continue.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Yeah, what haven't we seen? Well, we haven't been up here, I don't think. Oh. Oh. Collect them all. What? Oh, collectibles. Okay. Okay, yeah. Collectibles. Okay, I do remember seeing this sign. All right.
Collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Yes, go toward the light. Must collect all of them. Okay, am I getting... I can't even tell if I'm moving. It's dark. Okay, I think I'm getting closer. It's so... It's just dark, so it's really hard to see. There's nothing really to compare to. Yay! I got a Stanley bauble. Or a little figurine. Okay, and it pops us back out. It's just black now. Okay.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Okay, what else do we got over here? So this area, we've got some more fenced. Oh, what is up here? What is up here? This place is
All right.
ginormous.
Have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Oh. No, we have not. Okay, that apparently wasn't where we were supposed to. Okay, so that is where we want to go. So let's just make sure we've seen everything. There's one more. Okay, we got the no photo thing. Or no screenshots. Okay, that was the... Oh no, this is the name one again. There's one more that I did do last night, and I'm trying to remember where it is. There's this infinite hole thing, and it was pretty funny. So I'd like to find that again. Trying to remember where the heck that is. So I guess... Okay, yeah, that's where we're going to need to go. That's the stairs up there. Let's circle around. Maybe it was down. Okay, so yeah, that's the jumping circle. And then we went... Wait, what was in here again? Oh, that was the... Wasn't it? Let's see. Okay, yeah, that was the balloons. Okay. Maybe it was down this way. I don't remember it being dark where the hole was, but... Oh, can I... Wait, is that... Can I go in there? Oh no, that's just a really bright white, or light.
Stanley, here's
Oh,
an idea
okay.
that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Portal did it. Okay, let's do it. Whee! Big old black hole.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
Yeah, we could hit G, but we're just gonna
Now, I don't mean to be a
enjoy
bummer,
the fall.
but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things. Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity.
Yeah, it looks a little different.
The infinite is merely
nope.
philosophical in nature. It's more of a...
Thud.
Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out.
Sure
Stanley.
did.
I'm a liar and a
Got a
cheat,
pinprick
and
of
you're
light
so
at the very
clever.
top.
Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. A
Kinda.
normal person actually
Especially if you
wants
don't
to
get fall
fall
damage.
infinitely. I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Okay, now we'll teleport
Great.
back
Now,
up.
I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
Yeah, there's this one that I really liked.
Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right.
You know we
The
had
problem is
to.
you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal.
That's what
A
she
normal
said.
person would have said, yep, that's an
Sorry.
infinite hole right there. Goes
Too
on
easy.
forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh.
Thud.
Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time?
Sure
I
did.
couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had
Okay.
enough? I'm positively thrilled. I really do have so much more to show you and to talk about, and I've had enough of the hole for a lifetime.
Me too.
Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite.
El Mucha Groucho.
I suspect
This
that I'm
game is
starting to hit the
hilarious.
point where it's
Yes,
no
it
longer
is.
Version
possible
of a
to
real
call the
person
hole
commenting on what
infinitely
you are
deep,
doing is
even
very
by the lax
convincing.
overall standards
Oh
of
yeah, no, it's
accountability and
totally
marketing.
meta.
What's
It's.
going on here?
I love the
Stanley,
original,
I have
and
no explanation for the
we're just
uncertain
getting.
nature of
I've
the
seen this a
hole's
little bit
length.
last night, and we're just getting to the
Try
point
something.
where
Let's pop
I'm going to
back
start
up the
exploring
top,
stuff that I've
and we'll
never
see if it
seen
gets any shorter.
in this new version.
Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come
Thanks
to
for
haunt
stopping
me.
in.
Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. It's more of a concavity, or even a very aggressive divot.
Kiddie pool.
How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
Yep. So I did this gag last night, but I don't have a teleport, and I can't jump.
Is the, teleport button not working? You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again.
All right then.
Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
Yeah, this gets weird. Just hanging out. Can't jump. Our character's just not very coordinated. You could just literally like kneel and just climb right out of here. Not even knee high. You can just go ahead. But yeah. So how's it going? We are just sitting here in our hole in this office, staring at the door, and now we're sinking. All right then. Yeah, I love this game. The original when it came out, loved it. I've got, I think, all of the endings except for that one that took 4 hours that I just was not going to have the patience to do. Looked up that ending online just to see it, but ugh. No, I didn't have the patience for that, but I think I got all the other endings. And definitely was excited to pick up this game day one. Picked it up last night. Thought about streaming it, but didn't. But I had to play a little bit of it. So I reset the save, and then, yeah, we're just going through it now. Alright, we're going to hit F to change perspective. Now we're third person in this dank, dark hole. Gonna have our dramatic camera angle. Alright, staring at Stanley. Hey, how's it going? Overhead shot. And back there. Oh, and you can't do it really fast. Alright, we're gonna keep it there, and now we can hit G. Can change our mood. Got our crazy 70s cheese music. Weird, I don't know what you would call that, abstract something or other. That's even weirder. Okay, that's really bizarre.
My head's stronger. Now you're no longer using up the space of my
Out of tune, auto tune is what that sounds like.
stronger. Now you're no longer.
Oh, that's awful. Okay, almost sounds like some kind of a tribal dance thing going on. Okay, now we're going to talk backwards. Heard that one, I think. Got a horror music vibe. That crows. Ooh, that's terrible. I know I can hit another button, but I'm just going through all of them. Weird sci-fi thing going. God, how many of these are there? I didn't even go through all these when I was here yesterday. I just went through a couple of them. Okay, got some rain. God, I'm surprised at how many they put in here. Kind of almost like a suspenseful... It gives me a stealth vibe. Heard that one. A bunch of noise. That one is really bizarre. Looks like we might have heard them all. Alright, let's hit H. Yeah, the filters now. I like that one. Get a Dexter vibe. A blue filter there. Yeah, a bunch of different filters. Black and white. We'll put it on the red one. And change our character. Okay, you got some weird characters there. That's just weird looking. Bunch of different styles of characters, like robots and line drawings, and I think it should jump us out here any time.
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley?
Ooh, there we
Good,
go.
you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland. But we can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole. And I'm looking forward to all of
Let
it.
me out.
Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodlepip.
I think this is ending here pretty soon. Then we can move on to new stuff. Yeah, what I found is some of the new gags in this, from what little I've played of the new content. Oh, okay, there we go. they run, like, there's a lot to them. I mean, they just, like, they go on for a long time, like that skip button thing. I'm like, good God, that went on forever. So I think we've seen...
Go on, try out some of the new features.
I think we've seen most of what we've wanted to see. So, I gotta remember... Okay, that's the epilogue thing. That's the name. Let's go... I think it's in the other room. Yeah, down this white path here. I think we go up the stairs. So once we get up these stairs, this is going to be all new to me, because I putzed around here a little bit last night. But up here is totally new to me. Climbing up this ginormous staircase. Or tower. That's closed off. Stanley. Okay, we got a...
So, Stanley, what do you think?
Lecture
do you
bowl
like
kind of a
all of the
deal?
new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2. Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course, with respect.
Well, I
With
found one of
care
those
for the
already
vision
in one of the
and integrity of
endings
original
earlier.
game. Would it possibly work?
Before I even went
I
here.
suppose it could, but it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
New menu. Okay, the Stanley Parable 2. Okay. Begin the game. Alright, what entry or intro do we get? This is all new to me.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Yep, same intro.
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never
The
quite
Stanley
forget.
Parable 2.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
All right, so everything looks the same. Looking to see if there's anything different. Where did my bucket go? Do I not have the bucket?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Nothing new in here, I don't think.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay, I don't remember there being the ropes around in here before, but everything else looks
Stanley
the
felt the
same.
bucket calling to him, begging him to pick it up.
Our
Why
secret,
was he not
our
doing
new
it?
content door is closed.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Let's see if this changes.
Wow. Yes, this room. What a beautiful room. What a gorgeous, gorgeous room. Thank goodness Stanley had taken this detour on his way to the meeting room. Life without having experienced this room was now
Glitch
too
Vision
horrible even to
0101.
consider.
Finally. I caught a stream. Glitch Vision 0101. This game is epic.
It is definitely
Yes,
great.
Really, but eager to get
And
back
I'm trying to
business,
figure out what is
Stanley
different,
took the
because now we're
first
playing the
open door on
Stanley
his
Parable
left.
2. So we're going to go do the
And so he detoured
thing the way
through
he
the maintenance
wants.
section, walked straight ahead to the opposite
I've been playing
door,
this for quite a
and got
while.
back on track. Yet there was not
Thanks
a
for
single
stopping
person
in, though.
there either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
So far, everything is the same. The broom closet. Tempted to do that again, but I just want to see.
Coming
I
to
want
a
to figure out.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Okay, so we are doing the right thing. It is definitely self-aware.
Glitch Vision 0101. Wow.
Have you seen much of this new version? It just came out yesterday, but, you know, it's based on the original that came out several years ago.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the
Glitch
large
Vision
door that read
0101.
Mind Control
Hadn't
Facility.
come back there without the bucket since I found the new content rooms.
See, I don't have the bucket. I didn't see the bucket. So,
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret
I looked around
did
my
this
cube,
place hold?
'cause it
Stanley
disappeared
thought to himself.
after
Yet he had the strength
after the game
to find
reset.
out.
I hope it's not just the same. I mean, acknowledged in the
Vision
manager's
0101.
room.
Jumped to life.
The bucket
Their
shows
true
up near
nature
the final
revealed.
door right before
Each
the
bore
path
the
split.
number of an employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers.
Oh.
The lives of so many individuals.
Did I miss it already?
On a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I guess I wasn't looking at every...
Vision 0101, it's on one of the other employees' desks.
Oh. Crap, well then we're probably going to get the same ending.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true.
I was thinking that it would be on my desk or something. I didn't think to look at all of the other cubes.
Job, that his emotions had been manipulated to accept it.
Well, since we're doing the same thing and I've already done this ending, we'll see if it acknowledges any difference when we get to the very end of it.
He refused to,
because it's not, I wouldn't put it past him.
His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yeah, we gotta find that bucket.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions.
But you said it's back in the
sad,
offices, so we've already gone way past
walking,
it.
Eating, working.
Glitch
all
Vision
of it monitored and
0101.
commanded from this
There are
very
two different
place.
endings here,
And as the
actually.
cold reality of his past
Yeah, I've
began to
done
sink in,
the
Stanley
original
decided
two
that this
endings.
machinery would never again exert
I've
its
seen both
terrible
of them
power
already. This is
over
the
another
original.
human life. For he would dismantle.
Alright, yeah, this does appear to just be the original
Blind
ending.
Ryan, bro, I did an awesome.
And a rising
Awesome
chill
enough to
of
make a clip of it.
uncertainty.
Sending via Twitter.
Was it over?
Okay. Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, this appears to be the same ending.
Defeated the machine.
No at Blind Ryan.
Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door
We'll see if it changes any.
Hi,
But
John.
reflected on how
Here,
many puzzles
you look.
still lay unsolved.
https://clips.twitch.tv/wandering_xrwayfh9wm.
Jeez, that's a long address.
Into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had.
I
been
could just
seeking.
start over, but I just want to see if there's anything new
Perhaps his
since
goal
we're
had not been to
quote
understand,
unquote the Stanley
but to let
Parable
go.
2.
No longer would anyone tell him where
Alright,
to
so
go, what to do, or
I gotta find that bucket.
whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was
Yada,
perhaps
yada,
the
yada.
only thing worth knowing.
Let me out.
Stanley stepped
Blind
through
Ryan,
the open
were
door.
you charged for this or was it free?
No, I got. If I own the original,
Stanley felt
I
the
got
cool
like,
breeze
was it
upon his
33%
skin.
off?
The feeling of liberation.
There's a new. I mean, there's a
Immense
bunch of new
possibility of the
content.
new
Like I think
path
I've heard
before
somebody
him.
say there's probably like 5-6
This was
hours of
exactly
extra
the way,
content to it.
Right now, that things were
Glitch
meant
Vision
to happen.
0101. I got 33% off too.
Was happy.
Yep. Yeah, you get that if you own the original. This game is so good.
Glitched Vision 0101. It's worth the upgrade if you have the original.
Oh yeah. And I just love the original anyway.
Glitched Vision
Okay, so it's not in my
0101.
office.
If you don't, it's worth buying.
Yeah, it totally is. This game is. It's been one of my favorites. Like people hate these walking simulator games, but this game is so meta and self-aware, just in like how games are made and
All of his co-workers were gone.
the narrator and you are messing with each
Stanley
other.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
El Mucha Groucho
No matter how
was
hard
at the
Stanley
end of the
looked,
game.
he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Well, one of the dozens and dozens of
Glitch
endings,
Vision
yes.
0101. When the Steam page says this game plays you, it's not wrong, LOL.
No, it's not wrong. It is not wrong. So, where did you say the bucket was? It's in one of these early rooms at the beginning? On somebody's desk?
Blind Ryan, I love Nightmare Reaper so much that I'm chronicling my journey and getting a tattoo when I get to New Game Plus 10, which only one person so far has gotten to.
See, the weird
As
thing
bad
is...
as I am, Might take another 20 years like the ADOM
Yeah.
tattoo. LOL.
Oh, there's the bucket.
Glitched
Stanley
Vision
picked up the
0101. The room right before the path split.
Yeah, I found it on the little pedestal out by this guy's desk. So, like, I really want to love Nightmare Reaper, and, like, I love a lot of it, but there's something with, like, I just am terrible at it, and there's something visually, I don't know if it's, like, the way the enemies look, or they blend in, or some of the flying ones. I don't know, it just hasn't really clicked with me yet. So I'm going to, now that I have the bucket, I'm going to try endings that I've already done. Oh, I can't go in I can't close my office door again. But I have the bucket, which is supposed to calm me, so the guy said in the other teaser area.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
No, let's go see the lounge.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Okay.
Blind Ryan.
And here it was.
Roommate made
Had
me
the
refund
bucket
his
turned out
copy
to be
I bought
correct?
him for
Was
his
this
birthday
better
due
than
to the
meeting room?
platforming.
Yes, Stanley
He
thought
hates
to
the lack
himself.
of ledge
Yes,
grab
perhaps
until
it
late
truly
game.
was.
Yeah,
As for
Insightful
enemies,
the bucket
no
turned
solution
out to
except
be.
use your eyes and fire into the shit. That's all I do and it kinda works.
Yeah.
Tongue sticking
There's
out.
a lot of platforming too, admittedly, which
Truly,
I have
being
mixed
here with the
feelings
bucket
on.
was a grand adventure. Stanley reflected on all they'd been through
Glitched
together.
Vision
First, walking through
0101.
the door on
I'd
the
like
right,
to hear your
then
thoughts on
walking
No
to the
Man's Sky
lounge,
sometime.
then
They just
arriving at
added
the
the
lounge.
combat
What a
follow
thrilling
feature
journey
from
the
Rebel
bucket
Galaxy
had
Outlaw for
inspired.
space combat, which helps me out a ton.
That's a game that I bought when it was on
Perhaps this was
sale.
where the bucket felt most truly at home. Here in the employee
Hold on, I'm listening to the
lounge.
dialogue
Perhaps
here.
it's the only place a bucket can even feel at home.
So, No Man's Sky is one of those games that, like I said, I picked it up ages
Stanley
ago.
decided to just give the bucket
when it was still
absolutely
jank.
as much time as it needed to be in the lounge. Clearly, the bucket and the employee lounge shared a special connection.
I've never actually played it yet. I've thought about it, and every time they keep upgrading and adding stuff, and it kind of looks cool. It's just one of those giant games that it seems like you gotta make time for. If you really want to get in and enjoy it, you really gotta just play it
Blind
for
Ryan,
hours and
I
hours and
meant use your
hours.
ears. The platforming is. Well, I have to be careful too. Always keep a chainsaw for grappling hook until episode 2. Apparently Postal 4 is pulling a No Man's Sky. Financial difficulties.
Right, yeah, I've heard that from a few different places now. It was funny, you know, I did check a little bit of your Twitch stream out. I looked at it more on the YouTube channel because I don't know if it's Twitch itself or if it's your channel, but dude, it was like every 5 minutes the damn stream the archive stream would stop, and it would like have several ads like every 5 minutes. It was worse than cable. God, it was obnoxious. So I waited until it hit YouTube.
And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Okay.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was
Blind
where he'd
Ryan,
find answers.
no clue. I use many ad blockers. I hate that I have to delay YouTube for 24 hours.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, if I was watching it on my computer, I probably could have, but I was watching it with the Twitch app because I woke up in the middle of the night, so I was like, I'll listen to Twitch and whatever. But yeah, on the Twitch iOS app, it was just every 5 freaking minutes. I'm like, would you stop?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Okay, now we're going to find out what changes. Okay, let's see what's in the See if anything new is in the bathroom over here. The big old private bathroom.
Blind Ryan, if it were me, I'd do a bunch of ads up front and then never again.
Yeah, I just haven't even monetized anything, so I'm not really, I mean, I'm not making a living at it, so I don't really care. But I haven't,
Glitched
like,
Vision
monetized
0101.
anything, so...
There was a collectible back there.
How, what? Collectibles? Where? What am... Oh, are there little Stanley statues I have to look out for, like you said in the thing?
Blind Ryan, I get $100 every half
Oh,
year
yeah.
or so.
God, blind as a bat.
Glitched Vision 0101.
Remember,
Yeah.
no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Yes, make fun of achievements and Steam review. I mean, like I said, the part where he's going through like the meta of like the reviews and Steam reviews of the first game, and this game just has so much kind of scarily accurate commentary on various things. It's pretty great. If you haven't played this game, Ryan, it is genuinely really funny.
Glitched Vision 0101. That Steam review segment was absolutely amazing.
That was great. Go down into the depths because, you know, we got to hide them out of the way. And the narrator's just all pissed.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire.
Glitched Vision
if not for the soothing
0101.
presence of the bucket.
I laughed so hard that I
Even
was
now,
afraid I
in
was
his
going to
darkest
wake
of
up the
hours,
whole
did
block.
the
I was
bucket's
laughing
warmth
so
and
hard.
guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos.
I got to try the
It would be
one
with
where
him,
we
always.
now that I have the bucket,
would.
I need to try the one where you
The two
jump
of
down
them
onto
were
the thing and
inseparable.
the
At this
narrator
point,
gets mad and
Stanley
has
was
you
so
puts you in
absorbed
other
the
video
tender
games.
spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk, nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket.
'Cause I already
did he
found
have
some new
any
stuff in
notion
there the
that
old
the
way.
PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
Glitched Vision 0101. I need to go to that one with the bucket too.
Well, we're going to do that here
Ryan.
shortly.
The correct code by sheer luck.
One suggestion for
Was it that the
NR,
bucket knew
do the
all
roguelike
along?
thing.
Was the bucket
Door
guiding
hugging.
him?
Alert
Yes,
the room and
this
back
is
up and
certainly the
turn
most
90
logical
degrees.
Explanation.
When the zombies show up, shotgun or melee.
Oh yeah, yeah. I definitely kite them into going indoors and stuff. It's the big. I think it's the big rooms that I don't like, because you could have so many things above you or below you, and it's just. Okay, let's go down. Now I wonder if there'll be a new gag now that I have the
The
bucket
elevator
for.
raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to
Glitched
keep
Vision
himself together, if not
0101.
for the bucket.
Keep an ear out down
Soothing
here.
him, comforting
Glitched
him,
Vision
reassuring that in
0101.
this darkest moment of
Collectible incoming.
uncertainty, he would be
Blind
right.
Ryan. Yeah,
The
the
bucket
tension
is here
rooms
for you,
are
Stanley.
definitely an oh shit
Everything
cavalcade.
will be fine.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go back up again and see if it's any different. Because you can go back up
Wait,
now.
Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again.
Ooh, that's
Bucket
new.
said nothing.
Blind Ryan, you should get Disco Elysium on sale. Amazing writing and now with 90% voice acting.
Yeah, I already have it. I think I just have. That's again, my Steam my library is just I don't have time. Like my backlog is just fucking crazy. And it's not about killing disco
Here we
music
are, said
again.
Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that
I wonder where
number 3
disco,
button.
where that name came
He
from.
took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and over and over. Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked
Blind
expectantly
Ryan,
at the bucket.
whenever
but the
you
bucket
want to play a
remained
good
silent.
book, it's
This
there.
was a shock to Stanley.
They explain it,
who
I
had
think.
always felt such a connection with the bucket.
Yeah,
How
I
was
do
this not
want
as
to.
exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
Let's see if it does any more. We already did the number 8 from the demo. I already got that achievement. Although I wonder if I'll get another one if I do it again with the bucket. Because did you do the... If you play the original demo, it's different from the full game. And the 8 is a...
8.
Yep, there's your joke for the demo. Okay, nothing new there. Okay, we'll go down again. Because if you keep going up and down before you have the bucket, you actually get an ending for it, because the narrator gets mad that you keep going up and down the elevator.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly. A hint of regret nagged in the back of Stanley's mind. Should he demonstrate the number 3 for the bucket again?
Yes, now they're calling me on it.
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
Okay.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3.
Yeah, this is all
like a
new
fine
content to
artist
me.
would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the
Glitched
bucket
Vision
appreciated what he was
0101.
doing.
The worst part of this
The
is
bucket
that now I
conveyed
have to go
absolutely
do the
nothing
same
at all.
stuff just to get the
Only
achievements.
silence.
LOL.
Yep.
Crushed by a wave of dejection.
And like I said, the funny
Stanley
thing is some
returned to
stuff
the
that you
elevator.
wait for, you don't know, oh, I have to do the broom closet ending with the bucket. Oh, there's so many paths I want to do now. Okay, I think we're done. Okay, let's... And I don't think we can get out the door anymore. Okay.
Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
Oh, what was that movie? Castaway. It's like Office Space meets Castaway, and we don't have a beach ball, we have a bucket.
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak
Blind
to the
Ryan.
public
Also,
on all
I had the
matters
flu.
relating to pressing the
Black.
number 3.
Yeah, I
Like
heard you got
yesterday,
come down with
I
something
had
like
a
that the
ton
other
of energy
day.
before I got this flu, so I finished describing
and why he
Yakuza
felt
Kiwami.
so alive when
6
pressing.
hours of ass kicking.
Then the bucket would be
Yep.
able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get
Yeah,
to
I
see
saw
the
that on
world
Twitter
react
earlier that
to
you
this
had come down with
discovery of
something.
Stanley's. And it
Seems
would
like
be
everybody's
through the
coming down with
public
something
eye
recently.
that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's
Oh, okay. Yep, we're gonna get the. Okay, so this is. Yep, we're gonna get
For
the press
months, he
conference ending
advertised and
modified.
marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared
Blind Ryan,
as he'd ever
wife
been
gave it to
for
me through
anything in
workmates.
his life.
Concrud apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, that's. I heard of people who went to PAX got the plague, so.
This was it. One last chance to win
I got
the
my
bucket
damn
over.
brother's
One
wedding next month, and I'm
opportunity to
like,
share a true
I know I need to
connection with a
go,
loved
but it's
one.
like, God, I don't want to go to something like that. But I have to. Because knowing me, I'll come down with some bullshit. I mean, like, I'm fine with
no
going to
one
my
here.
brother's wedding, but
Nobody had come to the press conference
I
to
like
hear
not being
Stanley speak,
sick.
to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved,
Blind Ryan,
uninteresting.
I embrace
he
the
was a failure.
sickness.
And in
I
that
will not be
moment,
stopped.
Stanley knew
Yep.
that
Just
the
slow.
bucket would never again take him seriously.
It's kind of the way I am.
There would be no connection, no deeper understanding. The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent. And so it began that slowly, over many years,
It's like some
the
weird,
two of them grew
bizarre
more and more
art
distant.
house film.
They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the
Get a drink of
obvious,
water real quick.
that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
Glitch Vision
Number
0101. Do you know of the secret window?
Oh, in the first office, yep. I got both of those endings already in there without the bucket. So
All
we
of his
gotta
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
we gotta go grab the
Stanley
bucket
decided
again.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave
Glitch
of
Vision
comfort rushed over
0101.
him.
I'm gonna take the bucket in there.
I'm gonna do
Stanley
that right
clung the
now
bucket to his cheek.
if I can get up there.
Could his co-workers really all be gone?
Come on, get up there. Sometimes it's really easy, and sometimes it's a bitch to get up there. Come on, I can get up here, but I can't. I gotta get over the dang cube wall. There we go. Got it.
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear. We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self. The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the
Oh,
actions
this is
it
so
might have
dumb.
taken
I love
to
it.
curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger, of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life
Oh, I
for
wonder
the
if there's
common
a-
man, to manifest
Make sure there's not a
justice where none
collectible out here.
existed,
Now I gotta look for
and the
those.
bittersweet reality of time.
It's all
to see
blindingly
one's
white,
dreams and wishes
unfortunately.
met halfway,
That's
meted
the
out
bad
in
thing about
parcels
this.
like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps, if it had
Glitch
seen
Vision
its own
0101.
darkness with a
You
clearer
can hear them if
perception.
you listen
This
closely.
was way too much for Stanley.
What are you talking about?
He screamed.
You're a bucket!
To this, the bucket furrowed its brow.
No,
Said the bucket.
not since the evil
So
wizard
dumb.
Gambhorata first ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No!
Stanley screamed even louder this time.
This is stupid! You are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?
As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed,
Okay,
the
that
bucket
took a
revealed
turn.
its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like...
Okay, cut to black.
My God.
What the hell?
You did it. You saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon the true power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless.
His blood
You've demonstrated such
and the
bravery
sword.
here
Oh, this
today.
is dumb
Come,
as hell.
Let's restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
Okay.
Blind Ryan, this game is a fever dream.
Oh, totally. If I could be high right now, I totally would.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where
Glitch Vision
everyone would be.
010.
That was
Stanley
awesome.
just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there's some like there's gaming industry comment. Oh man, there's so many things I want to do. I want to do the line. Oh, let's do the line quest.
The confusion
See if we get our
of
jaunty
chaos
music
all
again.
seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
Oh, there's so many things I want to try now.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee
Glitch Vision
lounge was simply the
0101.
place to be.
Yes, the line.
Yes.
I love the line in all of its twisted glory.
Hell yeah, man.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be. No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the... And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Glitched Vision 0101. I still want to find where the jump circle and nearly infinite hole are hidden.
Good, Stanley.
Yeah,
I'm
like I
glad
said,
you
I've
found
just
your way
started
here. I knew you'd
the
find
new
this place
Stanley Parable 2
eventually.
quest, so all this stuff is new. Oh, whoa, what the hell? This is different.
You
Oh.
see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together
have the
here
line,
because we care about you very much.
The chair, the
It's this
baby, the...
bucket you're carrying around everywhere.
What the...
The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
So, if you do play this, Ryan, I would definitely recommend playing through all of the, like, as much of the endings you can find without going... When you start the game, it'll ask you, have you played the Stanley Parable before? Tell it no, and it'll kind of... it won't give you... There's a door in, like, the second hallway that says new content, and that's where it kind of lets you branch off from the original. So there's a lot of callbacks to the original, and it's totally self-aware. And you can play, like I said, the free demo that's on Steam, it is totally different than the original game. It's short, but
Blind
like you
Ryan,
can play it.
Am I about to have to describe this lunacy? LOL.
That would go for it. This game is... I love this game. It's so good. I hope we get more jaunty music.
Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
El
Yes.
Mucha Groucho.
Yes.
This game includes the original also.
Yeah, it does. Totally does. Yes. Because it's like a director's cut / sequel.
Glitched Vision 0101. It'll hide the new content door for 8 to 10 runs.
Oh, this music. I gotta look around for secrets or for collectibles. Oh, this music cracks me up.
Glitched Glitched Vision 0101.
Now this
and you
is
can
what
still
the
get
Stanley
all the
Parable is
original
all
endings
about.
after
Don't you
entering the
remember
new
all those
content
great
door.
jokes from the original
Just don't
dialogue?
pick up the bucket.
Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
I love how the line just goes like, oh, we'll go up the walls and just, okay, so we got some old walls there. Yeah, this is all new to me now. This is good stuff. Okay, we got a phone on a desk, chairs, a copier. Oh, I can't. Okay, it's just a walkway. I can't commit suicide.
Don't you
Which-
get it, Stanley? We need to get rid
There
of
are
the
places where you can.
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
We can.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you.
Yeah, I gotta look around first.
Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
No, we gotta make fun of the companion cube quest.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality
Oh,
trait.
so maybe I.
Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality
Uh-oh.
trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed
Yes.
it. We can't get back to the classic
No.
Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line
it's
or
getting
the Bucket
pissed.
Destroyer until you crush
Must
that
not
damn
destroy
bucket.
it.
Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley.
No.
Give the fans what they want. Hurry
The
and
bucket. Oh, what fresh hell is this?
The Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spell-binding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Wow. Fade to black. Okay. Now we must destroy it. Now I
All of
have
his
to know.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
Yeah, so if you don't pick up the bucket, you can do all the old quests. They'll play out just as they did in the original. So this is the original game, just with a shit ton of extra content in it.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Oh, this is so
This was not the
entertaining.
correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was.
Okay, I think that's
How
the same.
insightful the
Glitched Vision
bucket turned out to be.
0101. There are one or two other hidden things in the original paths even after the bucket though, I just haven't found them.
Well, like I said, there's some new stuff in...
Truly, being here with the bucket was a grand adventure. Stanley reflected on all
when you
they'd been
jump
through
off and you do the
together.
video game
First,
ending
walking
without the
through
bucket,
door on
there's...
the right, then walking
Remember how
to
it
the
used to be
lounge, then
Minecraft?
arriving
Well,
at
it's
the
not.
bar. What a thrilling journey the bucket had.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the
Okay, we
meeting.
gotta
So
do the
two of them
bucket
detoured
destroyer.
through the
We gotta do
maintenance
it this
section
time.
and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
We get to hear a jaunty tune again.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet.
Yep, and that
Because
baby,
that's what fans want from the sequel. They
that
want
is
more
something
of
from
their
the first
favorite
game
jokes,
that
not this
you'll just have to see
bucket
that joke.
they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too
It's
much
kinda
time with
dark.
it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
And there are a bunch of
Look at that
endings
way,
where,
man.
like I said,
Who
and even in
knows
the
where it'll
original
go
game,
off
where
to
like
next? Oh, and
you end up
play some
killing
silly music as
Stanley,
well.
or this game is so good.
Glitched Vision 0101. I hope it doesn't take
Now
4 hours
this
this
is
time.
what the Stanley
Yeah.
Parable
was a pain to get.
Don't you remember
I
all those
totally
great
just
jokes from the
decided
original
not to get that
dialogue?
achievement because I did
Stanley's
not have the
addicted to
patience for
drugs
that.
and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Not my companion cube.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character.
There's a big machine.
This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also
Lore,
was
you
not in the
say?
original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
Okay.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket.
Well, what do I do?
don't
How do
know
I...
what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it
There's
can't
the
destroy
line.
your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular
What the hell do
personality
I-
trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one
Wait,
personality
can't I
trait
destroy
deserve
it?
to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you
hell?
were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer,
can
you'd
click.
see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely
I mean, the
loaded
line
with
goes right up the
complexity
thing, and it
nuance
opened
that
up,
it's
so...
really like 10 personality traits.
the hell?
What
Is this
other
just-
object
oh,
in
it's a
this
joke
game
you're not
can you
supposed
even
to be
say
able
that
to?
about? The Broom Closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer
I mean, I'm hitting all
merchandise
kinds of
the fans
buttons.
will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the
Yeah,
Adventure
it's-
Line or
I mean,
the
it's
Bucket Destroyer
open.
until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting.
Yeah,
Do
it
the
won't let me
fans,
destroy it.
Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
So unless I'm dumb... I tried. Okay, well, if I would have known that before, then I wouldn't have had to do this ending again. Oh well.
The Bucket Destroyer. My
Still
prized
funny.
creation. You had so much potential.
Okay,
You were gonna
so
do such
I gotta
marvelous
do-
things with you, tell such
I know which one we're
spellbinding
doing
stories
next.
About you, all of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Okay.
Glitched Vision 0101.
Oh, we can do a few here.
Going to lurk so I can go do some of my own achievement endings. Laughing face.
Okay, yeah, no, definitely stick around. And like I said, glad we got a few
Even
people
now,
showing up,
Stanley's
because this
office
game
was a
just...
distant memory.
The beginning
What
of the
did it
new
look like?
content, like I
There
said,
was a
with the
computer,
skip
perhaps,
button,
and a
got a
painting. Was it
little
a
long.
painting or a photo?
But now that
He
we're
could
back
no
in it
longer
again, I'm
recall.
really digging this other
Stanley
stuff.
picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around.
Yeah, this is pretty good. I got to do that
Stanley
stuff in
clutched
the
bucket
manager's
tightly to
office
his
too,
chest
but I'm not going to
and
do that
entered
yet.
the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
Yep,
was
same
this better
thing.
than the No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Okay, now what
Stanley
we
took
need
the
to
door on his
do...
left to go back to the meeting room.
No, said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
And...
Said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need.
But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
Oh, there's your suicide ending.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all. The good old bucket. Just Stanley and the bucket, off on another thrilling adventure together. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room.
Okay,
But
now
Stanley
we've
had
got...
felt the
This
bucket
is the one I
calling to
really
him,
want to
telling
find
him
out.
that the employee lounge was simply the place.
But I gotta
to
go
be.
this way.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this... No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Okay.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go
Oh, I haven't
somewhere
even been
else.
looking for
The cargo
collectibles. I
lift,
should be
yes.
paying attention,
Go
shouldn't
there.
I?
Go to the cargo lift.
Okay, we're gonna go to the cargo lift. And not commit suicide
Good,
this
said
time.
the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Okay, so that door doesn't open. So I jumped down to where the other ending was. Okay, what's going to happen down here this time?
No, stop. Look there on the
El
wall. You see, there's a
Groucho.
sign right there.
Gotta
It
go.
says, no buckets
Good night.
past this
Alrighty.
point.
Nice game.
Stanley,
Yep,
how
good
could you
night.
think it
Thanks
was
for
okay
stopping
to bring
in.
a
Hope you
bucket
guys
here?
enjoyed it. I
Unless-
hope you enjoyed the
What if
stream.
the problem is that you actually
I should
don't know
quit,
what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket.
but I'm probably
I
not
suppose
gonna,
that
at
would
least for a
explain
little while
lot about
yet.
your behavior up to this point. Which, if that's true, well, my goodness, I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding
10:30,
could
not
have
too bad.
dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket. Please, step in here for a moment.
Okay, that's the only place we can go, this garage door. It's kind of dark in here. Okay, we got a loading zone. Okay, we haven't been in here before.
Now then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios, and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple enough, right? This should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket. Okay, let's begin. Item 1. Is this a bucket?
I'm going to say no. Yes, it is, but no.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket,
Ah.
not an actual bucket.
Cute.
Item
Item 2. Is this a bucket? Correct. It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
But it's still a bucket, you dingnut. Okay, I
Item 3.
did not see this
Is this a
coming.
bucket?
I'm going to have to go say yes, Bob.
Correct. This is a bucket. Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Totally.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor.
Totally.
It's an enormous
It's a
machine
bucket
that
tractor.
tills the earth. I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up? Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one. Is this a bucket?
Mm-hmm.
Correct. This is a bucket.
Oh, okay. The same tractor.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
No.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha. Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let me see. Should be around here somewhere. Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something. And therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket? You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket? Mere moments ago I could answer these questions with confidence. And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is? Am I a bucket? Stanley, I can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with. I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart. I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely. Okay, here we go. What happened? Is everything gone? Why did everything disappear? Wait, was everything a bucket? Every single thing in the game was a bucket. Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... except me. I'm
The
not
bucket
a bucket
ending.
after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets. Yes, I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue, but it doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what, I'll reset everything and we'll put back all of the buckets, okay? And we'll know that it's all a bucket. But if you run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that. Who knows what that information might do to a person? All right, here we go.
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct?
Nope,
Was
same
this
thing.
better?
Kind of disappointing that there wasn't a whole
was
bunch of
wrong.
stuff.
Stanley took the door on his left.
So we are going to take the lift all the way across this time.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do. Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Okay, almost there, and we're good.
In here, said the bucket. Go into this dark room over here. Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
The bucket is going to kill us all.
Now pick up the phone, said the bucket. Pick up the phone, and it will take us back home, where we can go about life together.
So we got two endings in here.
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
427. So we've got our house here. Got our entryway. Okay. Got our little tiny kitchenette. Can't go in the door. Got our bucket on the couch. Okay, Stanley, it's me. Your bucket. Press T to take me to work with you.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Okay. Press U to take me home with you. Okay.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Okay, now he's on the table. Press R to go back to work.
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think. It can't talk. All it would ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
Okay, nope, doesn't appear I can get on this desk anymore, so I can't go to the weird ending from another ending. Okay, we had to try, because you never know. Alright, don't listen. Don't listen to the loud man. Press I for us to go back home.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Which is on the kitchen counter. Okay. Anyone in your life except for me? Haha. Okay, we'll ignore everyone, but...
It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket, this sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
Okay, now it's on the computer monitor. You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Press K to go back home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say?
Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid. Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Okay, some jazz music poster. And he's back on the couch. Okay, press V to retrieve the same day. What? I missed that. Oh, okay. Oh, to relive the same day. Over and over.
Oh my God, what am I saying? Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket. Why do I feel
Okay,
so
now we're
need to
locked
point
in
out
my
the ways in which
office.
it's so much more than just a regular
Bucket is on my chair. Alrighty, press M to go home. Okay, to home. Da, 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 da. Okay, we're going back and forth, back and forth.
I'm having feelings for the bucket. No. What's going on? Why do I want to be with the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks. What's wrong with me? I don't understand. Perhaps,
Yeah.
if I had the
Okay,
bucket,
now
this
it's
would
all
be less
dark,
confusing.
and there's
Yes.
candlelit.
The bucket
Oh,
could tell
good
me
Lord.
what to do in this troublesome situation.
There's candles, and we're gonna go back, presumably. Oh, the bedroom. Oh, okay. Oh, dear Lord. Okay, there are candles around the bed, and the bucket is at the foot of the bed. Jesus Christ, what are we
Stanley,
doing here?
give me the bucket. Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley. I need it. Give it to me now. Give it, or I'll...
Go back to work, Stanley. That was a weird ending.
All of his co-workers
Alrighty.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. A good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
Wait a minute. This is... the hell? This is different. Okay, there's extra hallways in between the room and then the two-door
Stanley
room.
clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How in a... Never mind. The bucket was wrong.
Oh, right. Okay, we got to do
Stanley
one
took
more
the
thing
door
on
on
this
his
side.
left
We got
to
to
go
go to the
back to the
phone
meeting
room and we got to unplug the phone.
No, said the bucket. Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to... Good. said
I
the
have
bucket.
not done the
Now ride
unplug
lift all
without the
way to
bucket yet.
top.
I did the
There's
with the
something up
bucket in
there
the
I
first
need you to
stream
do.
earlier.
Stanley did not question why or how
But-
this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was
Gotta
firmly
get as
convinced
many
that the bucket
Chivos
had
as I
spoken
can,
to
you
him,
know?
and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Alrighty, come on, dude. Come on, elevator, you're slow.
In here, said the bucket. Go into this dark room over here. Stanley once again obeyed blindly. Now pick
Okay.
up the phone, said the bucket. Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket. Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
Oh, goody.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is
Yes.
yes. Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
Oh, wow, that was painful.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management.
Yes,
which
we
is
got to
the
make fun of these
cornerstone
old-time
good comedy.
videos that are
Finally,
laughably
it's time to hand
bad.
out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence, and who very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Okay.
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter.
Yeah, a bit.
I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Okay. Oh, we gotta go all the way back. Huh.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's
I love it.
what
They put
you'll
little
call
gates
me.
on so you
Thank
can't actually
goodness we
jump
have the
off now.
instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now? Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Yeah, they're really making you go back.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
God, I wonder...
What? We're back at the phone already? No. What's going on? There was supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point. A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off.
So I wonder what would happen if I
Joke
went to the
never land.
left.
Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my...
No.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
So what if I do that?
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other...
Oh, we got the end.
Pale in comparison.
So we're above.
Well, let me try that again.
We got the credits.
I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in
So
love
we're
with
standing
the bucket
above
you are.
him
No?
in the two doors room.
Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame? Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of
I wonder...
Let's see.
If I did that ending again and I actually followed through, I wonder if I could skip that video.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever. The embrace of an old friend. A weathered companionship that stands the test of time. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room. But Stanley
So
had
we'll
felt the
try
bucket
it.
calling
I'm
to
hoping
him,
to God we
telling
can
him
skip...
that the
Because that video was
employee
actually kind of
simply the
meh.
place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was it? No, never mind.
So we'll
The
zip
bucket
through
was
all
wrong.
this because we've heard it all
Stanley took
before.
the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
And I almost want to
Said
do
the
this
bucket.
ending without the
Don't
bucket
go to
again,
the
just so I
meeting room.
don't
Go
forget to
somewhere
do
else.
it.
The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Good, said the bucket.
All right, now we wait to
ride the
hop
lift all the way to the
across.
top. There's something up there I need you to do. Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the
o'clock.
bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
All right.
In here, said the bucket. Go into this dark room over here. Stanley, once again, obeyed blindly.
All right, we'll unplug
Now
that.
pick up the phone, said the...
Nah.
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't.
I kinda
talking to
wish
you
that
and
they
telling
did
you
have
to
a
do
skip
things.
so you
Buckets
could
can't talk. It was a joke.
skip
Don't
some
you
of the
get joke?
long
It's funny,
dialogue
Stanley. A talking bucket.
that you've done, because it's funny, but like if you want to move forward to the branches,
Up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused
that could
for
be
longer,
good.
or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish
hope
I
we
were
don't.
better at it. But there isn't
Hope we can
exactly
skip
an
the video.
instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political
Crap, I don't
enemies?
think I can.
And more importantly, can it be taught in its
Don't think I
entirety within
can.
90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these
Okay,
questions
you guys watch
is
this video. I will be
yes.
back momentarily.
Let's
I'm going to
dive
use the
deeper.
restroom real quick. I'll be right back.
If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now. Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy. Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey
Okay, I'm
should
back.
be no less than 10 pages long and should include
Well, it's
the
almost
same
done.
question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random.
Yeah, come
And
on.
that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence and to very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may
Yeah.
Earth reign supreme.
I don't know. That one fell a little flat.
Thank goodness this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well,
That-
no matter.
yeah, I
think
mean,
the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as
mildly
relevant
amusing
today
the
as they
first
were
time,
back
but
then. So with that
not
in
really
mind,
good the second
I believe
time.
The only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again.
Okay, so we're
I
gonna
can
obey
try telling
him
my
just so we can get
story
this other
with
ending.
More appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
Alright, so now we gotta make our way all the way back. And at least it's nice enough to skip us forward. So we can do that.
I can feel it. This time,
Probably
I'm
wrap
really
up here
going to nail the
fairly
delivery.
soon.
You'll be in
I mean, there's
stitches.
at least-
A talking bucket, you'll say. How ridiculous.
There's at least a couple more
Absurd.
endings that I
What a
want to cover, at least on the
hilarious
stream.
concept. The king
I
of
don't know that I'm
comedy.
gonna-
That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the
I don't know that I'm
video.
going to,
Otherwise,
you
who
know,
knows
100%
where
this
we'd be
game or
right
anything
now.
like that, but,
Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy.
you know,
that's
this
for
would give you a good chunk of the
bucket
playthrough,
spoke
I
to
would
Stanley.
think. Because
The
there's a
bucket
few
The bucket spoke.
more endings
Oh, I'll
that
figure
I
it out on the
could,
fly. No need to overthink things.
that I know of. So we'll go back through the lounge, back through here. Yada, yada, yada. How's it going, guys?
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Alright, so we do this, and we're going to do this
We're
third
back at
time,
the phone
too.
already? No. What's going on? There was supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. There was supposed to be a build-up to this point, a dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to.
And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my...
Yeah, at least we didn't have to do that again.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
All right, so now we'll disobey and continue through the path, go to the phone room.
What? We're back at the phone already? No. Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Oh man, is this just going to be like, oh no, and then you'd have to go the other way like I already did?
What? We're back at the phone already? No.
Oh wow.
Here we go.
So we did all of that for kind of
set
nothing in a
two open
way.
doors, they entered the door on the left.
Because if I do it one more time, it's just going to be the same abrupt...
What? We're back at the phone already? No.
Okay, yeah, I guess then I have to.
Here we go. You ready?
So I have to.
Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors. They entered.
Well, live and learn. Like I said, you have no idea what the game is going to throw you, so you just have to kind of pick and choose.
The door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed
it's all
in
closed.
every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud?
Yep, sure am.
Stanley, you not the...
Oh, right, okay, we got the credits again. You know what, I've already done it. We'll skip back.
When Stanley came to a set of two
Wait, what
open
the
doors,
hell?
he entered the door on his left. This
I
was
didn't
not
even
the
have
correct
the
way to the meeting
office.
room, and
What
Stanley
the
knew it
hell?
perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I don't...
It was okay. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, since I'm here...
Stanley
This
was
is
so bad at
bizarre.
following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Well, I guess I'll get the ending I was going to do anyway. Because I'm going to
Stanley, I
unplug the
think
phone
perhaps we've
without the
gotten off
bucket.
on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you.
That is bizarre. Yeah, I didn't have
someone
any of
you've
those
been
offices,
neglecting,
so
Stan.
unless I missed,
Someone you've
wasn't paying
forgotten.
attention and the bucket was in my
Please,
office.
Stop trying to make every decision by yourself. I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Sure.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Right, so now we're going to
That's her,
unplug it.
Stanley. You need to be the one. Oh, no, you can't. Did you just unplug the phone?
I
That
did.
wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley. You're a real person.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long.
Yep,
If you
so
made
this is
any
one of
more
the
wrong
original
choices, you might have
endings.
negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Oh, I forgot. Okay.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person.
Oh,
But
this
if
one was
used
funnier if I
incorrectly,
remember
can also
correctly.
be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people. Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide
this
an
doesn't
excuse
seem
why you cannot
familiar.
continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Maybe?
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical
I
professionals
don't remember what the
recommend
original
making at
contents of
least
this
8
video
choices per
was.
day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate
Yeah,
as a result
okay,
of narrative contradiction.
do remember
But not to
this.
worry. Now that you're properly informed
some
on
signs
good
and
decision-making,
forklifts,
we're going to revisit a
forklift.
choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay, so we go back. Oh, do we have to go all the way back again?
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Okay, so we're heading back yet again. Got our
Almost
lounge.
there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world. Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that?
Yes.
Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
It's blocked off. Oh, okay, so it won't let us just go back and forth. Okay, so now I do have to go on the left. And we're going to break the game.
Oh, it's ruined.
Yes,
can't believe
the
after everything we
meeting room
talked
is just
about
all
that
destroyed.
My story. You've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about
Amusement.
seeing the game undone? Left here like so much garbage. It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Okay, now we're in another dilapidated room.
I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You. Who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are.
That's pretty clever.
My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child. Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back.
Broken.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back. Behave exactly as Stanley would.
Okay, so I guess I'll go on the one on the left, because I'm doing the same little loop here.
First. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I think I know what changes here.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer. Coming to a
so we
staircase,
can't go
Stanley
down.
walked upstairs to his boss's office.
And I think... Yep, bathroom is locked. Now I think... This bathroom area, is this... No, okay, I was going to say, I thought that area is different. Oh, right.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once
Looks
again
totally
stunned
different.
to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief.
And now we have a different, we don't have a
this
keypad
until he saw
anymore.
the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Night Shark 115. But it doesn't use the microphone, so I can't.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
No can do, narrator.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
I did, but it can't work. You don't work with the microphone.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You...
When Stanley came to a set of two open
Okay, yep, so now we get the old credit scene. Now we're above the two doors room, and Stanley's just hanging out there. I'm pretty sure this is the old credits thing.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, I'm definitely starting to get a little wore down for the evening. There's one or two more endings I just want to see with the bucket.
Are you listening to me?
And then I think we're going to call it a well-played evening of the Stanley Parable.
The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me?
Ultra Deluxe.
Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
There we go. Now we got our ending. Okay, hopefully we have our office back to normal so I can grab the bucket again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker. In time, perhaps, he would become both of those things. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
So we took the right way this time. The left way, I suppose you could say. Oh. This is different. We don't get the text, and we got different music than we normally do. Huh. Okay.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it.
Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket as they have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
I was wondering if they would kind of tie the bucket,
Okay,
to the
I got
maintenance
you
of the broom
something which I
closet.
think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things. All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see? I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
I really do wonder sometimes how, especially for a game like this, how they come up with some of these ridiculous story
You know what?
paths.
I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Okay, well, we'll wait for a minute or two here. I don't remember if you wait long enough, if it just resets, or if I have to manually start, because I might have to actually go back and do without the bucket again, because I did actually leave the room, and I don't remember if, like I said in the original game, I don't remember if it triggered an ending, or if you did eventually just have to leave. See, that's the thing, is sometimes you don't know. Sometimes it makes you wait for a short time. Sometimes the gag is it just makes you wait just a little longer than comfortable, But I think... Yeah, so I don't know. We might just have to leave. If you do have to stay in, I don't remember how long. And I can do that off camera because you've heard the dialogue for both of them now. And in the earlier stream and this one, I did both of the broom closet endings with and without the bucket. Now, if I did go in there again, like I said, it would eventually...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
It would eventually lock you out of it, so you couldn't go in there anymore because it would board it up. So, okay, we got the collectible on the toilet. I'm going to do one of the mind control endings, and then I think we're going to call it, because I am getting a little bit tired here.
Not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire, if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes. This is certainly the most logical explanation.
Of course it is. So remember chat had said earlier when we were playing this elevator messing around game, down here there should possibly be another collectible statue, so we will look for that. You never know, depending on the bandwidth that I have. Maybe I'll do one more stream tomorrow night and see what we can polish off.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Because there are some endings that we do gotta do. So my guess is there's probably one in the ending room somewhere, in that round room. So we hit that.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Okay, we got our catwalk again. And again, just checking for anything out of the ordinary.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears. Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Okay, we're gonna call our little elevator
Was the bucket
here.
under the mind control facility's influence as well? Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Alright,
But
so
here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy,
so
or sad,
dark.
or content. Walking, eating, working,
can I not
all of
go
it
up here?
monitored
It's so
and
dark I
commanded
can't
from this
see.
very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
So ridiculous. I am looking around here just in case there is a collectible. Either I'm getting tired and just overlooking, but I'm not seeing anything. But also this room is really dark. I can always look later too. Well, I'm not seeing it, so like I said, I was probably oblivious and missed it, but let us do the right ending, and that's where we're going to wrap this stream up.
When at last they came to the source of the room's power, Stanley and the bucket knew it was their obligation to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Okay, there we go. It'll probably be just different wording with the gate opening, but
Stanley
hey.
and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away.
Curious what the other
two of them began
ending
to
is
discuss
that
the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to
that
learn
he was
to roller
talking
skate.
about earlier.
Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and... What? Wait. What was happening?
Ooh, that
Why
took
had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face.
This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket. Totally lens not to part with the bucket.
Okay.
No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized
This takes the
he would never
companion
again
cube to the
leave this very
whole
room.
new level.
But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
It is, yeah, pitch black. Alrighty, guys. Yep, I'm running out of steam, so I've been... What time is it now even? Oh, 11:30. So yeah, we've been going for, oh God, far too long with these two streams this evening. So we are definitely going to wrap it up here. I may come back and do another stream just because we've done so much of it. This almost is like a stream let's play, and it is a chill game. So yeah, you know, never know. Maybe Friday we'll... you know, we're doing a rare Thursday night stream, but maybe we'll do one more weekend stream, and that will give us more of a complete journey of this game and kind of make up for not streaming much of April, assuming I have enough bandwidth, assuming I don't wake up to a bandwidth warning tomorrow going, you're using almost all your bandwidth, you're going to get an overage. So we'll see. But anyway, that is the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition. Pretty interesting so far. Got the old content, got some pretty great new content. There's a lot of stuff there. So hope you guys like the stream. This will be archived on YouTube and unlocked for you guys eventually on a future Monday. Give the video a like if you did. Follow me on Twitter at BGFH79. twitch.tv/illegally-cited, illegally-cited.com, and I was going to say right here on YouTube, but on YouTube, youtube.com/illegally-cited as well. So until next time, I will chat with everybody again in the next one.